Hello, and thank you for joining me today. I am Shakila Hayes, and today's presentation will be on the Global Mobility Program for the course Managing Global Workforce 6220. The purpose of this research project today will be to develop and implement a productive mobility HR self-service program for senior HR information analysts based out of Irving, Texas, who will be working short-term at Christus Health Hospital located in Santiago, Chile. Topics covered: introduction, limitations of the research project, background of Christus Health, global assignment, implications to the 21st century workforce, foreign country adjustments, methodology, literature reviews, expatriation and repatriation cycle, conclusion. Introduction statement. Senior HR information analyst who works at the headquarters in Irving, Texas, will be soon relocating to the Christus Health International Hospital in Santiago, Chile. For the next 5 months, to assist with training and executing the new self-service HR system. Although fluent in Spanish, the Senior HR Information Analyst, Sana, will be new to the country and will need to get acquainted with Chile's culture, business process, cost of living, and transportation in the area. Limitations. Although I have never lived or traveled to Chile, I have been involved in implementing new HR systems at the Christus Health headquarters. I will be able to firsthand make suggestions on possible challenges that the new International Chile Hospital may face when going live with a new mobility HR system. Having very limited knowledge of Chile's culture and operation, I relied heavily on literature reviews, internet sources that provided knowledge on culture and political climate within the area. Methodology. The methods used to gather information for the Global Mobility Program included literature reviews, internet sources, and interviews with HR professionals that commentarily attributed to professional experience with involvement of implementing the new HR mobility system program called N4. The methodology used to develop the global mobility program will be effective for the company in the new social culture environment. History of Christus Health. Christus Health was founded in 1999 by 3 volunteer religious nurses who later became the first sisters of a new congregation called Sisters of Charity. Christus Health is an international Catholic, faith-based, not-for-profit health system with close to 350 services and facilities, including more than 60 hospitals and long-term care facilities, 175 clinics and outpatient centers, and dozens of additional health ministries. Its headquarters are in Irving, Texas. Christus Health services are available in over 60 U.S. states, including those in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, and New Mexico, and international countries such as Santiago, Chile. Christus Health mission: to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. Chris's health, mission, and core values are as follows. Dignity, respect for the worth of every person, recognition and commitment to the value of diverse individuals and perspectives, and special concerns for the poor and underserved. Integrity, honest justice and consistency in all relationships. Excellence, high standards of service and performance. Compassion, service in a spirit, empathy, love, and concern. Stewardship, wise and just use of talents and resources in a collaborative manner. Brief history of Chile. Chile's culture is a reflection of the geographic and population of isolations of the culture compared to the rest of South America. Beginning in colonial times, Chilean culture has been a mix of Spanish and indigenous elements, mostly Mapuche culture and other immigrant cultures. Chile's people are 70% Catholic, with other descendants from either European or indigenous tribes. Source lists below. The global assignment. Senior HR analyst is being sent to the study host country as an expatriate. She is a single international worker in her mid-30s who works as a senior HR information analyst and is experienced in the self-service HR system that will be applied within the next 5 months. Being a single female, Sana sees this international assignment as a development and career opportunity. While in Chile, Sana will be leading a team of 8 HR professionals, providing the guidance needed to successfully go live with the new HR system that will replace ADP. In addition, she will be assisting the HR leaders with training management on the new program and how they are able to teach their staff. The new system will allow management and staff to make changes to timekeeping, performance reviews, talent acquisition updates, and personal changes such as address, updating tax forms, direct deposit. CRISIS will be providing Sana with a lump sum funding, as well as CRISIS will assist with housing for relocation to Chile. Cultural adjustments. United States is mainly a primary language of English, although some Spanish is common. The primary religion in the United States is Christianity. United States is considered a melting pot and can be regarded as the most culturally diverse country in the world. Efficiency-oriented and money-driven. United States is less formal than other countries, reflecting the American belief in equality. In comparison to other nations, the United States has more masculine and direct business culture. Chile. The primary language in Chile is Spanish. Santiago is the largest city in Chile. Chileans are considered to be very friendly and hospitable. Compared to other Latin American countries, Chile is the less sexist. Chile has elected the same president twice. Key considerations: immigration requirements, language barriers, tax compliance, housing and transportation. Immigration requirements. U.S. citizen entering Chile must have a current passport. Citizens of the United States do not require a visa in order to enter Chile for leisure, tours, business, or academic conferences. An official tourist card will be provided for the stays up to 90 days. If staying in Chile for more than the allowed time period, you will not be able to leave the country without paying a fine. Since Sana will be exceeding her 90 days, Krista's Health will be covering the fine so that she is able to continue to stay in the country. United States residents are required to apply for a Chilean visa upon arrival from the Chilean embassy or consulates in the U.S. before traveling if they want to work, reside, or study in Chile. Travelers entering or passing through Chile on business must first get a visa at a consulate or embassy in Chile. This requirement applies to anyone with an official or diplomatic passport and travel plans. If you are heading to Chile for vacation or personal reasons with an official or diplomatic passport, you should get a tourist passport to give to the Chilean government upon arrival. Without one, the authorities will not issue you a tourist visa or a tourist card. Using a diplomatic passport will prevent you from traveling to Chile. Immigration requirements continue. Entry/exit minor requirements. For minors under the age of 18, Chile has established strict regulations for admission and exit. Even if the child is accompanying both parents on the trip, they will need to provide proof of their parental relationship in order to leave the country. You will need to have your birth certificate in the original apostille and authenticated form. When leaving Chile as a tourist, a minor who came with the same adult companion as well as entering is typically exempt from having to present a signed written permission from the non-traveling parents. The name of the adults who entered the country with the minor will be noted on the immigration record. This rule will not apply to Sana because she is single without children. Language barriers. Although new to the host country, the expat will need to adapt to the language spoken in Chile, which is Spanish. However, this should not be much of an adjustment for the expat because she is bilingual in Spanish. Since her first language is English, she will have to alter conversing in Spanish for everyday encounters, especially outside of the workplace. Chilean Spanish is also known to be different from other traditional Castilian Spanish, and this language barrier may be somewhat of a difference because Chileans are known to have more slang. Tax compliance. The U.S. government may require U.S. citizens residing abroad in Chile to disclose their worldwide income and file taxes in both the U.S. and Chile. Since Chile has a territorial tax system. Only income from a Chilean source is subject to taxation for residents. Sana will continue to be subject to the U.S. tax because she won't be regarded as a permanent resident of Chile, where non-residents are only subject to tax or income from a Chilean source. U.S. citizens aboard may qualify for various tax incentives, such as the Foreign Tax Credit, FTC, Foreign Earned Income Inclusion, FEIE. To avoid paying double taxation, with the FEIE, the U.S. citizen living aboard can exclude up to a specific percentage of their foreign earned income from the U.S. taxable income, while the FTC provides a dollar-for-dollar credit for foreign income tax paid. Housing and transportation. Apartments or housing are the two types of accommodations available to the expat in Chile. Small towns and rural areas are where you're most likely to find housing in cabins, while urban dwellers are more likely to rent apartments. The typical monthly cost of renting an apartment in Santiago is between $500 and $1,000 per month. Santiago, Chile is considered a bustling city. Therefore, the three primary sources of transportation are metro, bus, and taxi. Literature review. Strategizing personality traits and acculturation approach to personal environment fit and expatriate adjustment. When newcomers or expatriates settle into their new cultural environment, community members might have expectations or requirements about the perspective on a culture they ought to embrace or maintain. Employees of the host environment may want the expat to adapt to assimilations or integration plans for managerial practice and processes on a social interrogation or separation plan for employees related to their place of environment. A cultural context attitude towards expatriates may have an impact on tension and subsequent expectations and demands by domains. They speak to social cultural context to provide opportunities for expatriates to become involved in various parts of the host country. Source listed below. Literature review continued. The role of host country national support, expatriate adjustment and assignment success. According to various experts included in the literature review, multinational corporations still depend on expatriates to oversee their international operations well enough to meet their long-term business goals and stay competitive in the global market. Expatriates are accountable for exerting significant influence over international corporations because they are required to monitor and integrate the various units while imparting technical knowledge of local workers. In this peer review, a survey was done, and the results showed that every year 4 to 6% of all abroad assignments fail in order to ensure that expatriates are satisfied with matters relating to housing, food, and shopping, as well as providing enough help for their relatives, especially the spouse and children. Host countries play a critical role. Source list below. expatriation and repatriation cycle. The expatriate cycle is the procedure used to plan and oversee assignment, choose applicants, create the conditions and terms of employment, and then be ready for the candidate's departure, adjustment, and performance once they are there. Ultimately, they get prepared for what will transpire after their return. The return to home, the parent country, should be reasonably easy transition, but still intensive for the expat. The organization will update the expat on any changes that may have occurred that may involve changes to policy, practice, personnel, and strategies while away within the organization, and speak with the expat about skills they acquired while visiting the host country. And the organization should recognize the expat on their accomplishments, overall highlighting them for their successful assignment. Conclusion. With the worldwide market constantly changing in the 21st century, CRISIS must ensure that Chile's international locations remains current with HR mobility initiatives. This can be accomplished by ensuring new employee training by completing the organization must continue to be available. Even though staff were fully trained prior to Sana's departure, CRISIS Health will still need to continue to build the company's productivity. CRISIS can accomplish this by having trained and ready representatives that are both bilingual in Spanish and English, available via phone, chat, or email, as well as having virtual how-to video modules available to new employees or any employee who needs a refresher on how to use the HR self-service platform appropriately.